Hi, I'm Jan from Print. And if this is the first time you're opening up Bambu Studio, it can be probably a bit daunting. Because I mean, if you look at it, you'll see here that there's, well, you might not have it recently opened, but you'll see there's online models, maker labs, and all sorts of other things going on. So I'm going to show you through just some basics. And I'm going to say, let's start off with creating a new project. What that's going to do is going to bring you straight onto your build plate like this. Okay. And obviously it's empty, and most people would recommend your first print to be a Benchy. This is how easy it is to find the Benchy. You right click, you go to add primitive, and your Benchy should be right there. There we go. The thing is though, is if you went into the online models and then you decided to type in Benchy, you will get a few interesting things happening. You'll get all sorts of weird and wonderful Benchies. I mean, a skeleton one, a millennial falcon one, that's a pretty cool one. The thing is though, is that they might not give you the information that you're actually using the Benchy for. This one is actually quite good, the Bambu PLA Basic. That's if you plan to use the Benchy specifically to calibrate PLA. Now let's just go back. Now the reason why I'm using this one is because, well, it's right there. You right click, add primitive, 3D Benchy, and boom, there it is. Now, great, you'll see that we've got a little Benchy here now. Now what do we do with it? Now let's just go through some basics. Firstly, you can move it around. Now this is your build plate, as it is on the printer. And if you have a look at it, that end there is on the wall closest to the print head. So as you put it in, this is going to print, that will be the back, all the way through to the front. So this then gives you an idea of where you're placing that little Benchy, okay? And I'm not going to do it now, recommend it now, but what you can do is you can make it bigger. You can hold in Shift, grow the whole thing like this. Control Z to undo. You can even change the sizes in through here. But that will change the effects and the results of the Benchy, so we're not going to do it in this case. If you want to do something, you can just go and rotate it a bit. Maybe just like that. That's fine. That won't affect the Benchy then. Okay. So this just gives you then the basic start of it. So now we've got our Benchy there, and if you have an AMS and you've got multiple filaments, you don't quite know where to start. Have a look up at the top here. You'll see that here you select your printer, your texture plate, and I'm going to say sync information, okay, and then just say continue. Now you'll see here that it's going to open up a page like this. It's going to give you the different filaments that you've got, and you can go and choose which filament you've got there and say synchronize now. Okay, so that will then synchronize whatever you've got on the bed with what's going on in the machine. Not sure what's in the machine? Go to device. If you then click on device, you're going to look here, and this will show you where your filaments are. This is actually the best place to go and edit your filaments. So you can see I'm choosing a generic PLA, and I've decided to make it grey, but if I want to make it pink, I can make it pink too. So you can then make this color match whichever filament you've got going on. Okay. So at this point in time, I'm actually printing something. And you'll see, guess what I'm printing? I'm printing a Benchy. So my Benchy is actually being printed with a clear filament, a clear PLA. So it will look quite different. See now that it's actually quite see-through. Now that's what a transparent PLA can look like. And there is no standardized Benchy settings for the clear one. What's nice about the clear one though is I can actually see inside where all the infill is. I might show it to you later when it's done. Anyway, let's get back to here. So you've got your different levels here. Prepare is where you can go and change your model. Okay, so you'll kind of look at the Benchy. I'm simply holding in my left mouse button to move it around, scrolling in and out with the mouse wheel. Right click, you can move the plate around. Okay, so very basic stuff. Then from there we can go to preview. Now preview is where we actually slice the model. Now before you can print it, the slicer needs to slice it, and the slicer then actually cuts that whole model into little sections all across like this, and that gets sent to the printer, and the printer then prints it layer by layer. What's cool about the slicers, you can then actually go and look and see what every single layer is doing. And you can see how it prints that little Benchy all the way through the top. You can even go to the point where you can follow that little head around and see exactly what it's going to do. And this is very beneficial for more advanced stuff, especially want to see if there's issues coming along, etc. So that's the idea there. So once you've done that, you can then simply hit print plate. Now my printer is busy, so in other words I can't print it. Once you hit print plate, you can then now here go and choose which filament you want to print, although we've already chosen it there. Okay, now let's just go back to the preparation. Now you'll see here that I've got different colors. So if I want to change the filament, I just have to go 1, 2, 3 or 4. So 1, you'll see it's gray. 2, it's white because generic PG there. 4 is red. So that you can see then correlates with the filament that I've got. So that's one way you can make sure you've got the right filament. Now if you've just opened up your Bambu printer out of the box, you place in your first roll, which is probably going to be a green roll PLA, I would recommend that go in here, Bambu, and you can go PLA basic. And when you get to, you want to change it to green, you simply click there and change it to green and OK. Now if I press 1, it's probably, you'll see I've got a little green Benchy now. And that then gives you an idea of when to. So this is one nice way of checking that you've got the right filament selected. You can change the colors, even though if it doesn't coincide exactly with the aim is, that's okay. If you're doing multiple color printing, I would recommend keeping this then the same. But this should get you started. And if you go ahead then, slide, hit that print button, you'll get your first Benchy. Hope this makes a lot of sense to you and gets you on the go. Have a great day.